Good morning, everybody. Sorry, we're running a little behind today. We were discussing a few things, and then suddenly we were like, "Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock!" So we jumped at it. As you can see, we didn't work on artwork, we didn't work on writing, and we certainly didn't work on timing. But again, never late. We might be a little disjointed, but we're always here. It's Thursday. We're making it through this week. Seems like it's going a little slower than other weeks. Don't know why. It's been really busy. We got a lot happening. Don't forget our webinar this Saturday. You guys will have a chance to ask questions in real time. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll hope to see a lot of you guys there. And we're just going to keep going. Can't wait for tomorrow, by the way. I got to say that. I said we're going to keep going, and then I immediately digress. It's first Hawaiian shirt Friday. I'm looking forward to it. We've got some fun announcements. I want to talk a bit about the Liven Cardiovascular Institute, the city of Calgary. We're going to be doing some work with them this year. People who've reached out to us. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what we did with the University of Calgary and fun things. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. But for today, what a sentence, eh? What a early spring chores. You're like, early spring, yay, chores. No, it's like it brings you up and then it immediately slams you down. But I wanted to talk about this. I think right now, a lot of us want to get into the garden. Yeah, you know what? They are chores. We look at what we have to do in the garden, and well, sorry, I'm just going to move that quick. And we go, you know, I want to get out there. I want to do something. It's been a long winter, but a lot of us don't know what to do. And I see a number of people, anecdotally, not necessarily people who come into the store to talk to me. I'm talking as I walk through my neighborhood, as I'm driving around, talking to friends and family. And I see people and they might be making a lot of effort and doing something wrong, setting themselves up for failure. And one thing about an early spring, things come to life quicker, they bounce up quicker. That also means they're going to time out quicker. So we don't want things to be sprinting. It's a long season. And we want to get there. So I think the first thing I see a lot of people doing this time of year is breaking their grass. And if you're going to do it with this, I hope you got a small lawn. But no, these are great. Honestly, you should always have a couple of these if you've got little garden helpers. They're wonderful. They're lightweight, and they actually work. They're heavy duty. They will do actually the job. These also come in really handy as like small shrub rakes, cleaning out your hedges and stuff. But at this time of year, I see a lot of people, and they're going hard on their lawn. They are like really threshing it out. Right? Too much. Dial it back. At this time of year, when you're raking, what you should be doing is essentially just lifting off the debris, lifting the grass up. So where the snow has hit the grass, it's obviously added weight to it, and the grass has gone flat. So normally on a healthy yard, okay, there's our soil and there's our grass. Well, what ends up happening is the snow, the frost, everything else, it all accumulates. The leaves, maybe we didn't get a chance to get to them, whatever, and our grass is brown and it's lying flat like this. Just a mess, okay? All you want to be doing is getting the debris off it. So, you know, a couple of dead leaves that might be on it, some sticks, whatever. All you want to do is just gently comb it out, lift the grass up, get it moving. When I see people and they're going hard and they're threshing it, that's great. That comes later. Right now, that grass is just waking up. There's be a lot of new shoots happening, a lot of stuff happening there. You coming in and threshing it and ripping it hard, you're going to do damage. You're actually going to hurt your grass. You're not helping it. I get it. It feels good. You're like, yeah, I'm bringing it back. You're not. Right now, all you want to do, lift the grass up, let the airflow get through it, get the debris off it, let it start greening up, let it get thick and healthy. Then you can start threshing it. So that's my recommendation for that. The next thing is pruning. Now, we don't have time today to talk about exactly how to prune. We will get to that in a later episode. But we did one last year if you want to go through our YouTube and find it. And when you prune, you want to look for what we call the 3D, and that's dead, diseased, and damaged. Okay, and those are branches. A lot of snow, it broke. High winds, it broke. Maybe it got a disease last year. Maybe there's some black knot on it. Whatever the case might be, if you see these, that branch can come off. It's not going to be good for the tree, so you want to get it off. Then later, we'll talk about proper pruning, pruning for aesthetics. So right now, again, you don't want to be going out there and shaping everything up and seeing how it looks. Just take off. If you can see that the branch is very clearly dead, diseased, or damaged, that branch can be removed. A light pruning. Again, what we're doing right now, we're not going hard. The garden is still waking up. Again, we'll equate it, it's a living thing, so we'll equate it to a living thing. I wake up early, and the way I like to wake up is I wake up, I get a coffee, I sit down, I read the news, I check on the soccer results from back home, see how terrible Newcastle are doing, always terrible in case you're wondering. And I look at the news, what's happening, I read my soccer results, and I drink my coffee. I don't want to be woken up and have to hit the ground running. Neither does your garden. So ease into it. So that's pruning. And then the other thing we can do is cultivating. Now, cultivating is going to be like raking. And one thing I want to touch on here, and I mentioned it, but it's very important, is getting this off your grass is fine. But at the end of last year, we spoke about having a naturalized area. So if you've pushed all the leaves back against a fence, you've got an area where the wind blew everything and it's naturalized. Leave it, please leave it, leave it, leave it. All of your beneficial bugs are living in there. Your ladybugs, your centipedes, your spiders. They've all found a winter home in there. You coming out and threshing it out now. Now, again, we've got people watching from all over. Yesterday was a gorgeous day in Calgary. I think we hit 17 degrees, sunny, bright, wonderful. Today, they're calling for rain and snow. That's spring. Welcome to spring. You go and you trash all of that. Well, maybe when you're lifting it, those bugs are still asleep, and those bugs are going to wake up in a composter. Not great for them. Not great for you. So what you want to do is you really want to let it warm up consistently before you start getting rid of your naturalized areas. So again, okay to lift it off the lawn, but don't go too crazy in other areas. And when you're cultivating, you don't want to go too deep. And again, we've talked about this. So if this is where your soil level is, I think that marker is dead. If this is where your soil level is, okay, and you want to add, it's all flat again, there's no real life to it on the surface. It's being compressed by snow, the moisture, the frost, maybe walking on it, dogs running around, whatever the case might be. And you want to add your good stuff. You want to add your compost. Maybe you want to add some fertilizer. We'll talk about that a bit more in a second. Your peat moss, your coconut coir, whatever it is that you're going to add into there. Okay. Again, you want to go between 1 to 2 inches. Okay. I see people, and honestly, they're going 6 inches deep. I see them. I can't tell you, every single year, I see people, and they're out there with their shovels or their garden forks, and they're turning the soil and they're working it in. you're back-breaking labor for nothing. And we're going to talk about soil again in a future episode and how it works. But what's going to happen is you're going to work that in. You're going to break the surface tension. That's going to allow the gas to exchange. It's going to open the soil up. You're going to work the nutrients in to this depth here. Then as you water, as it rains, snows, the precipitation will get it deeper. A lot of times when we plant a new plant, it's in a pot that big. So all of this stuff here that you've put in there is wasted. It's not getting into the roots. So again, when you're cultivating, you just want to break it up and you want to turn that new product in. You can do that a couple of times throughout the year, absolutely, but you don't need to go crazy, crazy deep levels. While you're cultivating, weed. Now, there's a job you can do vigorously. Weeds are often the first ones out. They green up. That's why they have such a great panache for survival. Vigorously get rid of them. And the best thing to do is get rid of them now before you fertilize. So if you haven't fertilized yet, like we said yesterday, you can. That will help your garden wake up. But one of the chores you can do, chores was on the last page. That's where it would have been written had my first page still being here. It was right there. So anyways, that's why I pointed there. Just so I don't look like a fool. Chores. So one of the chores you can do is weed, and you can get them out of your lawn, get them out of your flower bed, whatever you want. Then you can fertilize. And fertilizing and watering are kind of the last two, and they're as needed. If you've got all the weeds, or if you did a great job weeding last year, the year before, etc., and your garden is nice and clean, go ahead, start with the fertilizers. That's fine. If not, I always recommend weed first. Otherwise, you're fertilizing a plant that is vigorous without fertilizer. You don't want to make them any stronger. And water as needed. So yesterday, a lot of gardens were probably dry. Now they're going to get some moisture today, but we're not in for like one of those deep soaker days. It's just going to be kind of damp, kind of not great. So you may want to break out a hose. Maybe you've lifted a planter outside. It dries out during the day. You want to give that a shot of water. So those are some light chores to get outside. And again, it's going to help your garden wake up. And the things you can do without killing yourself and without damaging your garden. Because at the end of the day, well, we want your garden to be something you enjoy, but something that when you do the work on it, the work is beneficial. So any questions, as always, let us know. We'll be answering them tomorrow. Hawaiian shirt. I want to see everybody in the Hawaiian shirts. I think this is my 6th year now of rocking a Hawaiian shirt. Still, nobody else is doing it, but I live in hope. We'll get there eventually. But hit us up with your questions. Don't forget about our seminar on Saturday. It's Eventbrite. It is free. I want to let you guys know that there's no charge. We just did Eventbrite so that we can track it and send you guys the Zoom link so you'll all be invited. It's Brandy and I hosting it. Come on. Who doesn't love Brandy and I? So yeah, tune in for that, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit us up with your questions. It doesn't even matter if you have a question about something we haven't talked about this week, ask it. We don't care. I don't stay on topic, neither should you. So make it work. Hey, you know what I haven't done? I haven't been telling everybody like it's my favorite day of the week or not. I guess we have to, well, tomorrow's my favorite day of the week. And we can start that next week. So have a wonderful Thursday, wherever you guys are watching from. Stay warm, enjoy the early spring. If you're gonna go out and do the gardening, let's do it right and get the garden done, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.